Alright, it's that time of the week again. There's no break, so we're here with chapter 176, Howzer versus Balin. But I'm opening the website that I used to read this shit, and it says Balin GLAZE. But I'm screenshotting this. Y'all see this as well. It has Balin GLAZE Fest up on that, and in brackets 176, and that obviously just really hypes me up for what's about to happen in this chapter. Now for the chapter cover, we see Howzer training. The nigga's name is Edlin, right? And Donnie, with Donnie low-key whooping Edlin's ass right now. And then we get right into the action. Their two swords clash. They step away and they immediately go for additional strikes. Clash again. This is grown man strength. With even Cappadonic saying it's a heavyweight fight for the ages. And how well can Howzer stand up against the defending champion Balin? And Edlin is over there glazing Howzer, talking about some no human can take on an ancient dragon, but he beat one single-handedly, which, you know, he did. Balin goes for an overhead slash, which Howzer blocks, and Howzer sticks his lance into the ground and uses his super cyclone, summoning a large tornado, which he used in the preliminary rounds, with Donnie cheering him on from the sidelines, with Howzer saying that he can't afford to lose in round one, not as Knight Captain of Leones. But Balin steps through the tornado and goes to slash at Howzer, who weaves out the way just in time, which shocks everyone at how unaffected. But he literally doesn't even have a scratch on him, and he even cut through. He cut through the tornado. How do you do that? He cut through a natural disaster, bro. With Gareth coming out to state that Howzer couldn't beat Balin as he fought him in the previous final. With Cappadonic now glazing Balin as well. Okay, I understand why it's called Balin GLAZE Fest. Okay, I get it. Yeah, he has not even a scratch after the storm, as I stated before. Shocking Howzer, but you know, he's so excited that, you know, we are festival now. With Donnie cooling from the sidelines like, yo, don't blow it. Well, Howzer stating he's going to be a bit more flashy, summoning smaller whirlwinds and shooting them right at Balin, who takes it head on. And when the wind and dust settles, everyone is shocked that Balin actually took no damage. He's out there cracking his neck and everything. He took no damage. That didn't even tickle him. With Gareth even stating that he never remembers seeing this guy take damage, and that the power behind his sword moves, his abilities to gauge his foes' moves and skills, he's just far too tricky for Howzer to take on. And he just goes on to state, if this guy had a weak point, and everyone's just shocked like, yo, if he had any? And Gareth's just like, yeah, I don't know, leaving them all with Percival wondering if this is Gareth giving him advice. With Gareth looking away, saying that you're the one who made all those promises. If we're gonna leave this cauldron, you kind of have to win for me. With Percival smiling at that as well. But we go back to the fight. Balin dashes straight at Howzer. What is this positioning, though? This reminds me of that one frame of Goku flying at Cell right before he did that spinning kick. He slashes at Howzer, who blocks it. He couldn't even fully block it. The force of the swing was so much that it sent Howzer literally spinning straight Sonic Spin Dash. Howzer lands down and tries a World Shock again, with Balin jumping over it. He literally says "nah," and it's just like your magic force is just a trick. And Howzer's just like, if it won't work on you, then just taste this instead. He seems to dash, shocking Cappadonic and Beltrite, and we see a flashback to probably the last festival, and we see that Balin is rejecting to leave the cauldron or to accept the reward for winning as well, as Balin states that he has no desire to serve as Beltripe's lapdog, and that he just wants to fight the strong, and that he just wants to get better. Straight Noah type timing. If you read Blue Lock, you know what I'm talking about. And Beltripe is just like, so you came to shame me in public then? And that, what if I told you I just execute you right here? And Balin's just like, bring it then. So people thinking that there's gonna be a fight, but Beltripe is like, you know what, I like you. You are battle incarnate, and that if he ever changes his mind, he'll gladly hire him, which Balin says is probably not likely, and that he has a feeling that he'll fight a worthy foe before too long, someone who may alter his whole life. And Howzer pierces right into Balin, with Howzer saying that he'll have a Percival heal him shortly. Balin's just like, that's kind of you, grabbing the lance and yoinks it off of Howzer. He tanked getting hit with a goddamn lance, bro. Like, what? Does anything phase this nigga? Like, he's just standing there with his own sword and Howzer's weapon in hand, making everyone think if he's just impervious to all kinds of attack, because this is actually ridiculous. What is this guy's ability? And yeah, this is where the chapter ends. I understand why whoever uploaded this called it the Balin GLAZE Fest, bro, because like literally everything that Howzer has tried, from magic to physical attacks, at first he was clashing evenly in terms of like pure physicality for like the first like clash and then the second clash afterwards, but then from the third one, like Balin was just overwhelming him with physical might, so he decides to go for magic. But then magic literally did nothing to him. He cut a tornado, bro. How do you do that? I geeked out for a second. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me lock it back in. Like, unless we get, I don't even think we'll get a reveal of what his ability is. I've seen people say he might be the reincarnation of the Demon King, but it's like, if this guy is impervious to all attacks, then it's not the Demon King, gang. Because obviously he was only impervious to magical attacks, and obviously we see magic literally does nothing to Balin. From Super Cyclone to World Shock, like nothing was actually doing anything to this nigga. Like Howzer, he doesn't have, like Howzer's only move at this point is to try, but you can't even use a tornado to move him, because he'll just walk through and cut the tornado again. Like, this guy's so physically strong, he's able to make Howzer spin like he's a damn Beyblade from just one strike that he blocked. But it's good to see how far Howzer's come. He didn't fold quite as easy as I initially thought he would, as this fight is obviously gonna continue in next week's chapter 177. But yeah, I see why this is called Balin GLAZE Fest. this hard-bodied nigga, bro. Like, this nigga is literally built like a Reggie Gigas. Like, he's taking no damage from anything. And it's just gonna be interesting to see how Gawain is gonna end up having to deal with it, because I don't see a way for Howzer to really win this. If his attacks are literally doing nothing, then how on earth is he supposed to win it? He can't even push him out with a tornado, because like I said, he'll cut the tornado. Yeah, this was a good chapter. Really nice, really hype. And yeah, this was a GLAZE Fest for Balin. It's a great way to introduce his character in terms of what he can do. Yeah, I can't wait to see how things are going to end up next chapter. That flashback being there, it might insinuate that Howzer might find a way to beat him. I doubt it. It's going to be Gawain, because from last chapter we saw he literally stated that Gawain made his heart pump. Malcolm has been building up to the Gawain and Balin fighting, so I believe it's going to get to that point. Yeah, that's what I have to say in terms of this chapter. I'll see you guys for chapter 177 for probably the conclusion of this fight, heading into the next fight. I forgot who's fighting after these guys. But yeah, till then.